but everybody had to do their own individual business plan.
Okay.
And now I've been cutting hair since I was 14, and I've been working since I was 16.
Yeah.
So I've been supporting myself since before I graduated high school.
Yeah.
So my dad always helped, but I always wanted to help.
Exactly. Yeah.
Correct. We didn't have much support. So just taking this entrepreneurship class and learning from him, it was just so different than what I was used to over here, working, working for money and just really focusing on that 9 to 5, trying to get a good 9 to 5 job. But with him, he pushed me to do a business plan that I was thinking about doing.
Okay.
But I was too busy with my 9 to 5 and with school. So I took advantage of that class and I wrote my business plan. And I supported myself in college a lot because of cutting hair.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, so I had a job. At one point I had 2 jobs on top of cutting hair, on top of school.
Yeah.
So I was very, very busy. That's why I didn't get as involved in school as I wanted to. But doing that business plan, I really saw the niche that was needed in this Riverside community, at least UCR community, because I had line of people in my bathroom, and I was charging the same price as the barbershop.
Were you cutting hair in your dorms? Like freshman? Which dorm?
East Low.
East Low? Okay, yeah, because we had people in West Low, East Low, everybody was cutting hair.
And I'll get to that later, why I want to do something with UCR, because it's still going on right now.
I know.
And I was not the only one. I actually never visited a barbershop in my 4 years of college, because in my freshman year, I was cutting on F4, which is the hall in East Low. Some guy was cutting in F2.
Yeah, that was my hall. That was
Harrison Lee, right?
Yep.
Harrison would cut my hair, and I would cut his. How great is that system? You sit down, I cut you up. I sit down, he cuts me up. So 4 years, every 2 weeks, we met up and we helped each other. We were, like, hey, you have your clients, I have mine. Let's teach each other techniques that we found. We were super supportive of our, of our barber journey.
Yep.
But so I cut in East Low, I cut in Glenmore, I cut in Grand Mark, and I cut at a house. I did it all. Every time I was in my bathroom.
Yeah.
And it was just so packed. But I was like, why are you coming to me? Besides the quality, let's not talk about the quality. Let's talk about the experience, because I was learning this in services.
Yeah.
Why are you coming to me if there's an establishment that's open that's charging the same price as me?
Yeah, it's like 5 minutes away.
And it's 5 minutes away, you know? And it's the experience. They didn't feel comfortable enough. So there was a lot of problems that I saw in that industry that was in Riverside because they didn't really cater to students.
Yeah.
So I focused the business plan on the niche that we needed, and it's basically the students. There's 23,000 people over at UCR.
Yep.
There's a huge population.
It is.
So I pitched that to him, and everybody's ideas were just ideas that were coming up.
That's typical.
It's typical. But mine, it was like, hey, I've actually been building this idea for about 2 years. So when I pitched the idea, I was already pitching a proposal. And he liked the idea so much that he said something that really caught my eye. And because one of my classmates said, so if we make a good enough business plan, are you gonna make money out of it? He's an entrepreneur, money man, and we couldn't even hate if he did that. He said, no, I might help fund it, or I might help you do it. So that's where, a light came up, and I'm like, hey, okay, I could actually make a good business plan. He can maybe help me out. So I did the business plan. I worked with him. I made it, very, very nice and detailed. 25 pages. I used to hate doing it in school because I wasn't doing it for myself.
You're not doing it for yourself. It's
Correct.
just work.
Exactly. So when I did it for myself, I was so into it. That's all I thought about at night. And I made that business plan, and I made that decision that I was actually going to open up a barbershop and salon. Well, just barbershop in the beginning when I was in Spain. And he was a big reason to why I did that, because he pushed me. And he didn't even stop. Once the quarter finished, we went to go have drinks. We went to go to the bar, and we had a few beers. And he said, I'm gonna fly out to California, and we're gonna do this next month. And I was like, oh, things are getting real now. I was like, all right, let's celebrate. And I'm thinking okay, people are always very, they could be nice when they're drinking.
Yeah, generous at a bar.
Generous, yeah. He texted me after that when we said our goodbyes. He said goodbye to everybody except me. He said, I'll see you soon. I was like, wow, okay. So when I came back here, I didn't really know how to react to it. you know, most of my friends were like, you came back different, like, you know, and I did. I came back more determined, more focused, and more ambitious, a lot of stuff. And I came back, I was on school, and this business plan that I had, I was like, okay, step one is right here. Let's just follow what I had written, and let's go with the flow. And, you know, that's the reason why I started the shop, and that's a big reason to why I think of certain things, you know, or why I never judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
Because over there I met somebody who if I would have saw him walk in, I'm like, oh, totally, she's not gonna hurt me. No, one of the most generous guys that's really willing to help you if you have ambitious, you know,
dreams and can accomplish it.
Yeah, he's all about, I want to see something from nothing to something. I already have my shit. I'm not even wanting to pick so much out. I want to see if it's actually, you know, like possible for, you know. So he saw the work ethic in me, and that's why he came out and he helped me get this lease that I have now.
Okay.